Hello and welcome to a short video review of the Ultra HD Blu-ray release of Power Rangers. Now I'll be the first to admit I don't know anything about Power Rangers. Didn't watch it when I was a kid on TV. Know nothing about the characters or the history of it or the TV series, but no thing. But I have to say I actually rather enjoyed the film. It's essentially a combination of The Breakfast Club and Chronicle. If you've seen Chronicle, it's a film that's shot like a found footage movie about superheroes, and Breakfast Club obviously about a bunch of kids bonding whilst they're in detention. Kind of combine those two things together, you've got Power Rangers, and I did enjoy the film. Yes, it's silly in places, but I thought the actual characterizations, the actors and playing the children, playing the teenagers effectively in the film, were really good, and their backstories were interesting and they had real life problems, and I thought it was a genuinely touching little film, and in fact enjoyed the sort of non-superhero aspects more than I did the superhero aspects. But essentially the story is about a group of teenagers who get together, discover a crashed spaceship which includes these suits which give them superpowers, and they become the Power Rangers and have to protect the Earth from an evil threat. As I say, it's an interesting movie, it's a fun movie, and it has some quite sort of unusual characteristics of what is essentially a kid's superhero movie. In terms of the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc though, this is a very interesting disc. First of all, it was shot at 4K and it was finished at 4K, which is quite unusual these days. So you're getting a full 4K image on this disc with a staggering level of detail in the image, but also it's one of the first Dolby Vision discs. So not only do you get a base HDR10 layer for those of you that don't have Dolby Vision capability, but you also get Dolby Vision if you do have a Dolby Vision display and a suitably equipped Blu-ray player, Ultra HD Blu-ray player. Now, what does this mean? It basically means you get dynamic metadata. So rather than having one set of metadata for the entire film, you have different metadata depending on each scene. And what that means is that rather than having, say, a dark scene appearing too dark because the metadata is set very high for the entire movie, the metadata can adjust for that particular scene. And watching the scenes in this film, comparing the HDR10 version to the Dolby Vision version, there was a definite uptick in both detail and HDR performance going from scene to scene. It certainly made a difference. It wasn't a massive difference. The HDR10 version still looked really good. However, there was definitely a subtle uptick in image quality, and I found it to be very impressive. It really is a genuinely impressive image on this Ultra HD Blu-ray when you consider they've got the wide color gamut, the 4K, genuine 4K image, and HDR10, and also Dolby Vision involved there. In terms of the soundtrack, well, this is a double Dolby release. It's got Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos, and it's a great Dolby Atmos soundtrack. Makes full effect of the overheads. In fact, the opening sequence, a spaceship flies over your head, and it makes full use of those overhead speakers. It sounds fantastic. Lots of great action scene later on in the film, which is fully delivered by the surround sounds and the immersive experience and the object-based soundtrack. And you get loads of deep bass as well. It's an absolutely stonking soundtrack. So great picture, great sound, and also a really extensive set of extras. And interestingly, the extras are on both the Blu-ray and the Ultra HD Blu-ray. So all the extras are also on the Ultra HD Blu-ray. Again, quite unusual these days. So full congratulations to Lionsgate for delivering Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision, and putting all the extras on the Ultra HD Blu-ray. And they're a good set of extras. There's a commentary track in there, there's some making of stuff, there's a lot of background information about Power Rangers and how they made the film and the cast, and I found it to be really interesting. So much to my surprise, this is a really good release. And although I will admit that knowing nothing about Power Rangers, I did enjoy the film and I thought it looked and sounded fantastic. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. And don't forget, you can find more reviews, news, articles, podcasts, and videos like this at AV Forums, Europe's largest home entertainment community. Thanks for watching.